As a barrage of Ukrainian drones descended on Moscow in the early hours of Thursday, Russia's response appeared more like a scramble and less like a well-planned strategic defense. Videos from the streets of the capital showed glimpses of the ensuing chaos. Footage verified by CNN and analysed by experts shows soldiers firing portable, shoulder-mounted air defence systems from a busy highway as traffic cautiously passes by. People run for safety as a drone, probably downed by Russian air defences, plummets into a building in a sprawling marketplace.
The embankment was barely a sliver, wedged between lanes of traffic in the southern town of San Jose del Guaviare, Colombia. But on a recent June evening, in spite of the drizzle and dark, the grassy strip was packed with a jubilant chaos.
Months of Ukrainian strikes on Russia's oil infrastructure have led to widespread fuel rationing, with Russian President Vladimir Putin now unable to mask the war's economic effects. The Russian petrol shortages come amid other good news for Ukraine, which during the past week garnered €4 billion, 4.6 B, and new military aid commitments from its allies for anti-ballistic operators, long-range artillery and unmanned systems.
Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has restrained himself from openly displaying his opposition to the Memorandum of Understanding between Iran and the United States. But looking to the positions of Israelis from across the political spectrum and the military's actions in Lebanon, the picture is clear. Israel is angry and Israel is worried. Netanyahu has always been careful with US President Donald Trump, knowing that his occasional criticisms of Israeli policy have been coupled with allowing Israel to pursue many of its military and political goals, even as the rest of the world isolates the country. The war with Iran was case in point. After years of US refusal, Netanyahu had finally convinced a US president to jointly attack Iran.
Germany versus Ivory Coast. What FIFA World Cup 2026 Group E match where Toronto Stadium, Toronto, Canada, when Saturday, 4 a.m. 20 Canada. How to follow. Keep up with all updates on Al Jazeera Sport. One of the most mouth-watering matches in the second round of games in the World Cup 2026 group stage sees four-time champions Germany facing a talented Ivory Coast outfit in Toronto on Saturday evening.
Israel has continued to attack Lebanon after the new ceasefire with Hezbollah took effect, raising fears that Tel Aviv is trying to wreck the fragile agreement tied to wider efforts to end Middle East hostilities. On Friday, officials and diplomats from the United States and the Gulf separately told news agencies that the two sides agreed that a ceasefire would start at 4 p.m. local time, 1300 GMT.
As India searches for a homegrown contender in the global artificial intelligence race, billionaire Mukesh Ambani is positioning Reliance Industries as a national champion, rolling out AI services for phone calls, mobile apps, and connected homes. At its annual shareholder meeting on Friday, the Mumbai-based conglomerate announced GeoCall Agent, an AI assistant that can join phone calls to transcribe conversations, generate summaries, and perform tasks such as booking cabs, ordering food, and making reservations. The service, which can be activated by saying "Hey Geo," is expected to launch later this year for Geo's more than 500 million users.
Loading the player, just as last week was ending, the US government forced Anthropic to pull its two newest models, Fable 5 and Mythos 5, citing national security concerns after Amazon researchers allegedly found a way to bypass Fable 5's guardrails.
Adobe is adding AI assistants to Photoshop, Premiere, and several other Creative Cloud applications to help users complete repetitive multi-step tasks more quickly. Users can describe the result they want, and the software can handle tasks such as organizing footage, resizing images, preparing layouts, and producing rough video cuts.
An inquiry conducted by the Sindh Chief Minister's inspection team has found financial irregularities worth more than $8.5 billion in Karachi's Bus Rapid Transit (BRT) Yellow Line project. The inquiry was ordered by Chief Minister Murad Ali Shah following allegations of financial mismanagement exceeding $8 billion in the Transport Department. The inspection team headed by Bilal Memon, has completed its preliminary investigation and submitted recommendations to the Chief Minister.
Punjab Health Minister Khawaja Salman Rafiq on Friday announced that nursing universities would be established in Lahore, Rawalpindi and Multan as part of efforts to strengthen nursing education and improve healthcare services in the province. Speaking at a World Play Day event at the University of Child Health Sciences, US, the minister said the Punjab government had doubled nursing admissions from 3,000 to 6,000 and upgraded nursing colleges across the province.
Gilgit-Baltistan Supreme Appellate Court Chief Justice Sardar Mohammad Shamim Khan suspended the election results in 3 constituencies on Friday, while consolidated results for another, GBA 16, could not be issued despite an order from the GB Chief Election Commissioner, CEC. The election process has been delayed since June 7, prolonging the formation of the GB government.
A 6-year-old Ebola patient, who Congolese authorities were searching for after armed men stormed the hospital where she was being treated, has been found and is doing well. A local health official has told the BBC. On Wednesday, Dr. Lubambo Maboho Gaston said that a girl and her mother had been taken by very angry men from a hospital in the eastern city of Butembo 2 days previously.
Israeli Foreign Minister Gideon Saar said this week he would suspend contact with the European Union's foreign policy chief, Kaja Kallas, over reports that she compared Israel's treatment of Palestinians with South Africa's former apartheid system. The diplomatic row follows reports by European news outlet Euractiv that Kallas made the remarks during high-level talks with Mexican officials in May. Citing unnamed officials, the outlet reported that the EU diplomat privately likened Israel's policies in Gaza and the occupied West Bank to the racial segregation regime that ruled South Africa until the mid-1990s.
It is not another anonymously sourced report about a rift between the United States and Israel. This time, the administration of President Donald Trump appears genuinely frustrated with Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu's war in Lebanon. The opening of the Memorandum of Understanding, MOU, between the US and Iran calls for the permanent termination of military operation, but the Israelis are not stopping their attacks in the country. Say, and not stopping their attacks in the country.
Washington, D.C., United States President Donald Trump has struck out at critics of a memorandum of understanding signed by Washington and Tehran to end the US-Israeli war with Iran. The statements on Friday, a continuation of Trump's defense of the deal to end the war launched by the US and Israel on February 28, came a day after US Vice President J.D. Vance cancelled begin negotiation to Switzerland on a host of entrenched issues as outlined in the MOU.
Few leadership initiatives can claim the longevity, influence and international reach of the Commonwealth Study Conferences, founded in 1956 by His Royal Highness Prince Philip, Duke of Edinburgh. The programme was built on a simple but powerful idea, that leaders from different sectors, professions, challenge assumptions and better understand the society serve, better understand the societies they serve.
7 historic antiquities recovered by Italian authorities have been returned to Pakistan and arrived in Islamabad, marking another milestone in cultural cooperation between the two countries. According to the Pakistani embassy, the artefacts were recovered by Italy's Guardia di Finanza and were formally handed over to the Consulate General of Pakistan in Milan in April. After completing the required procedures, the items were transported to Islamabad and officially received on Thursday.
Honor has introduced the Honor 600 Smart, which carries the largest battery in the Honor 600 series outside China. The phone also features a large 6.87-inch display, a durable body and a dedicated AI button. Deputy Prime Minister and Foreign Minister Ishaq Dar will attend the 4th meeting of the R4 group of countries in Cairo on June 21 at the invitation of his Egyptian counterpart, Dr. Badr Abdelati, according to a statement issued by the Foreign Office. At the invitation of Egyptian Foreign Minister Dr. Badr Abdelati, Deputy Prime Minister and Foreign Minister Ishaq Dar will attend the fourth meeting of the foreign ministers of the R4 group of countries, to be held in Cairo, Egypt, on the 21st of June 2026, said the statement.
Zimbabwe's lower house of parliament has passed a bill to extend presidential terms from 5 to 7 years, which would allow President Emmerson Mnangagwa to remain in power until 2030. More than 200 lawmakers voted in favour of the draft legislation on Thursday, surpassing the vote threshold required for a 2/3 majority to amend the constitution.
For years, Japanese football fans have won praise for cleaning up stadiums after World Cup matches. But this time, they're catching heat at home when photos emerged this week of Japanese fans combing the stands with trash bags after a match. Some saw a double standard: men who clean after themselves in public while leaving the burden at home to their wives.
Growing up in rural Ethiopia, 12-year-old Marcos Abe developed a deep affection for animals. So when his beloved chicken fell sick earlier this month and did not respond to any at-home treatments, Marcos popped his shoes on and did what made the most sense to him. He rushed the bird to the local hospital. Geo Platforms, the telecom unit of billionaire Mukesh Ambani's Reliance Industries, has announced what analysts say could be one of India's biggest share sales. The company's board has approved a draft prospectus for the initial public offering, IPO. Ambani said at Reliance's annual shareholder meeting on Friday.
Italy's Foreign Minister Antonio Tajani has cancelled a trip to the US after President Donald Trump told Italian TV that Prime Minister Giorgia Meloni had begged him for a picture with her. Meloni has said his comments were entirely made up.
As details of the agreement between the United States and Iran were beginning to emerge last week, a powerful Iranian politician stepped before a crowd in Tehran and read aloud what he claimed was the final text of the memorandum. Mahmoud Nabavian, vice chairman of the Parliament's National Security Commission, warned that the agreement would turn the Islamic Republic into a colony of the United States and open the Strait of Hormuz even to Israel. Britain's independent watchdog for lawyers has suspended the International Criminal Court's ICC prosecutor Karim Khan. In a statement issued on Friday, the Bar Standards Board, BSB, said the suspension was effective immediately. The move comes just a week after the ICC suspended Khan, who has led numerous high-profile prosecutions of senior figures in the conflicts in Sudan, Russia, and the Middle East.
Government College Women University Sealcott, GCWUS, on Friday highlighted the Harvard-Radcliffe Fellowship 2027 opportunity for its students, according to a press release issued by the varsity. The Harvard-Radcliffe Fellowship 2027 was a fully funded program offering opportunities to outstanding researchers, scholars, writers, scientists, and professionals from across the world. Under the program, selected fellows will receive financial support along with a stipend, assistance with housing and relocation expenses, and access to global networking opportunities. Punjab has introduced a juvenile permit facility for young applicants aged between 16 and 18 years, allowing them to ride motorcycles under specific conditions and safety limits. The facility is aimed at bringing young riders into a regulated system instead of allowing underage riding without any official permission. Applicants who meet the requirements can visit their nearest driving licence centre along with a parent or legal guardian to apply for the permit.
The UAE has issued a new resolution banning children under 15 from accessing social media platforms. Children aged 15 and 16 will be permitted to use social media under enhanced restrictions. The resolution was approved on June 18.